It depends what you're at, and you get rejected work instead of having cocktail.
Lavish ones. You know, some of the solutions
Considered to be the or, even though you set up a neighborhood killed so easily. So that's very important.
Bullying has become the focus of a national spotlight over the past couple of years, especially as we found its troubling impact. A growing number of suicides among teens who've been bullied and the number of bullied teens who've lashed out in antisocial behavior, the worst of it in mass shootings. Joining us today via Skype is Jean Rogers, parent, educator, and author of Kids Under Fire. Well, what used to be on the playground has gone cyber, and has it gotten worse, Jean?
Absolutely, it's gotten worse. Let's say that bullying has been around for decades, for generations, but now that it's 24/7 through devices that kids have right on their bodies and in their homes, there's no escaping it. There's no leaving the bullying on the playground and coming home to that safe haven that protects them from having it be with them 24/7.
Sure, we're talking about a change in the imagery, if you will, from the bully kicking the sand on somebody to somebody at a laptop through Facebook or email, and that kind of thing, I would imagine, is far more pervasive.
Exactly. They're posting videos that they've altered, photos that they've altered, mean-spirited, cruel, and very damaging words and pictures online through the internet. And it's not only the posting, Brian, but it's also the gathering of support from other students online, other friends online, so that the bullying becomes a major attack on an individual.
Wow, sort of like a geometric multiplier. Let's talk about how we address this, particularly through parents. You have the parents of the bullies and the parents of the bullied. Are there two separate attacks to this?
Well, it's stressful either way. Parents of the bullies sometimes don't find out until very late. It's very easy to hide it. It's very easy to lie about it, and they find out later. But parents have a big job these days. They have to realize that they can't monitor everything, and there's a lot of help for them out there through the wireless providers, the big ones, AT&T, Sprint, and even the smaller wireless providers are now helping parents by limiting numbers of texts, monitoring, helping them to block certain phone numbers. There's a lot of help out there. But then on the other side, parents of the bullies, of course, they need to be teaching respectful behavior towards other children, but they also need to realize that limiting the time online is critical. Yes, we live in a media world. We can't take it away from them altogether. But limiting their time so that they have actual relationships. Kids are not able to see the results of their bullying because it's so far away from them and because the internet just serves as a smokescreen.
It's kind of a buffer, yeah. You know, one of the interesting things to me is how much the schools have had to adjust with a certain sense of liability. You may remember the Tyler Clementi case, a young man who committed suicide when he was videotaped in his room in a situation with another fellow student, and someone put it online and the whole thing just blew up. But these suicides we've heard more of those, and I just wonder if the schools now play an interesting position in this.
They do. School psychologists have a much bigger job now, and parents staying close to teachers, close to the guidance counselors, keeping that communication going so that you know what's going on with your children when they're not with you. You understand more, and that also the teachers see that you're an involved parent.
Are there signs a parent can look for? I mean, I would imagine you really have to be astute with your kid to know when something like this is going on.
Yes, absolutely. You need to be setting up an expectation that you're going to be involved in their online lives, that especially at the younger ages now, we find it starting younger and younger. People think of cyberbullying as a high school mainly thing or college, but now we see it coming up in middle school too, and your kids need to know that you're going to be monitoring who their friends are online, that you're going to be involved, that they're going to have a transparent online life, especially while they're younger. And just knowing that you're involved is going to help.
It just starts earlier and earlier. Jean Rogers, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.